If you're running Grafana open source and you've noticed that most of the AI features are basically Grafana Cloud only, this video is for you. In the next few minutes, I'll show you a simple way to use an LLM to list dashboards, inspect panels, and help you analyze what is going on. If this video saves you time, please do me a favor, hit the like button and let's get into it. If you've searched for how to integrate an LLM with Grafana, you've likely found the Grafana LLM plugin. Unfortunately, this LLM plugin by itself doesn't unlock the same meaningful AI assistance workflows you see in Grafana Cloud. But I'm sure you still want LLM help, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. So instead of waiting, I'll show you what works right now. MCP. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. It's a standard way to plug tools into an LLM so the LLM can securely do things like call an API, fetch dashboard definitions, or summarize what it finds. In our case, MCP is how we can connect an LLM to Grafana in a practical, open source friendly way. My example will show you how to do it locally, but you can adapt this if you deploy an MCP server to your work environment. So as you can see, I have a local Grafana instance running with a demo dashboard. The first step is to create a read-only Grafana service account. We can give it any name, LLM read-only. Next, we're going to create a service account token. Cool, we have our token. I would like to emphasize, do not give this token admin privileges. You only need read access to list dashboards and inspect content. Now the next step is to install OpenCode. On macOS, we can do this using Homebrew. If you're on Linux or Windows, you can use the install method from OpenCode's documentation, but the rest of the steps are the same. Now before running OpenCode, we can add the MCP config. On Mac, OpenCode reads the configuration from this directory. What you're going to do here is you're going to add an MCP server config that points to Grafana and uses the token you created. We can obtain a demo config from the OpenCode documentation that I've linked. The two things you need are your Grafana URL and the service account token. Once the MCP config is saved, you are ready. The next thing you can do is run OpenCode and ask it to use Grafana using the MCP. So we can ask it our first question. List dashboards using the Grafana MCP. Now you should see it fetch your dashboards and return a clean list. Now we can do a more practical prompt. We want to pick the most important dashboard and summarize what it monitors. We also want to know what panels might be expensive and why. It's worth noting that these models are actually free, so you don't need to pay for anything. OpenCode has free models by default. And we have our answer. The CPU utilization query is the most expensive due to the vector matching it's doing. So this is the real value you are getting. OpenCode is great for getting started, especially since it can be lightweight and accessible. But if you're already using an IDE like Cursor, it's often easier and gives you access to stronger models. So let's see how you can do this in Cursor. Right, so this is how to do it in Cursor. We open our settings and search for MCP. Then click on Add Custom MCP. Now we can paste our Grafana MCP config. We can get the example config for Cursor from the Cursor docs. So I'll go ahead to add my token here. After saving the MCP config and tweaking it to make sure that it was pointing to the Docker URL, I can then start a new conversation. I can even ask a follow-up question like, explain this dashboard to a new on-call engineer in 5 bullet points. And just for fun, we can ask another question. Which queries look inefficient and how would you optimize them? Oh, I can't spell inefficient. Please note that I'm using the paid version of Cursor, so I have a better model here than in OpenCode. Right, so this is how you can get an LLM help with Grafana open source today. Just create a read-only service account, set up an MCP server, and use OpenCode or Cursor or any other MCP client you care about, and add practical prompts. If you want more videos like this that are open source, practical, and fast, please subscribe to the channel. And if this video helped you, please hit like so more people can find it. If you want, you can also drop a comment with what your Grafana setup is and what you want the assistant to do. I'll try to make a follow-up video with more concrete examples. But if nobody says anything, I will move on with my life. See you in the next video.